Hello everyone, welcome to Mosaic Minds. I'm your host Vince, alongside my best pal,
the late Tristan.
The late great Tristan. Also, by the way, before we continue, if you hear a bit of an echo from my side or Tris, it's because I don't have earbuds in. It will be a very, very annoying. So, for those, this will be technically difficult, but once we get back in the roll, I guaranteed we probably won't have this problem. Maybe like in that other episode, we'll probably have this, but not anymore.
In the future, we'll generally have better quality.
When I buy a better microphone and a better set.
By the way, the only reason our quality is so horrible at the moment is because it's 3:21 in the morning.
That's also true. We're going to be very shitty today.
Yes, well, we'll also try and be quiet, because, we have to be kind to the people that are sleeping.
Yes, I right next door is literally two elderly people sleeping.
Oh, come on, elderly people don't need sleep. They actually need less sleep than we do.
My father's a man who's worked with his hand all day. When he says he needs help, I turn him down. You want to know why? He's 60 years old and he can still jog about 8 miles. He's better than me.
Dear God. That's actually pretty damn impressive.
I don't know if he can jog that much. I know he can fucking lift things very heavy.
Well, that's pretty good. My
mom is just, she has work in the morning, so... And she sleeps very, very deep, so she won't hear this. I swear, there could be a fight going on right in this room. She wouldn't hear it until, my dog starts barking.
That's pretty funny. My dad is pretty good
at sleeping.
Yeah, at sleeping. He could probably win Sleep Olympics if it was a thing.
No, I can top him. Slept 16 hours.
That's not how long you can sleep. It's how heavily you can sleep.
I'll still beat him. I don't even wake up to my alarm clock anymore. It's gotten to my routine. Every time, at the specific time I hear the first sound, my thumbs take a mind of their own and they turn it off. Anyway, Tris wanted to tell us some things, and this is going to be a Tris episode.
I guess mostly, yeah. Okay, well, first off, I want to point out a public service announcement to everybody. That, simply put, vaginas are like the weather. If it's wet, it's time to go inside.
Well, that's a common fact.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends.
You don't swim that way. It's, slightly different.
Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to tell you something. What I wanted to tell you was the concept of a story that I thought of a couple months ago. And I passed it by my dad, who, as some of you may know, and I don't know if you know Vince, but he taught English at a university here for 18 years.
You told me this story.
Well, I also learned another story of him that I didn't actually know before.
Ooh, interesting.
This story was that apparently when he was 17 years old, as a college student here, he decided, you know what, I'm going to make a crime fiction class. He was going to make the entire schedule for the class. He made the entire outline while sitting in class one day. And he talked to his English professor at the time. And guess what happened?
What happened?
What happened was he gave it to his English professor, and he was like, this is an outline I have for a competition class. I want to know what you think of it. The teacher said, well, it certainly looks interesting. I'll take a look at it. My father never heard anything about it. 2 years later, my father was working I think it was 2 years. Anyway, so 2 years later, he was working in the university. Guess what happened? The English teacher that he gave the outline to started teaching a crime fiction class, which was the exact same class that my father outlined.
This was something my teacher taught me, ironically, isn't it? My teacher told me you should always have... The first English teacher I had that I thought was the best English teacher ever. She told me when I first showed her my writings from my comic books and all my story ideas, she told me that I should always keep a spare copy. Put a date on it, and no one can steal your work because you will have the exact date. Which I do nowadays.
Yeah.
All my comics, even all my fucking basic writings that never get I'll probably never finish, never even touch again, let alone You know, it's still mine. Unless I give it to Triss. Or someone else worthy of using it.
Well then.
Indeed. So, that's the truth for you all. Some people are dicks in the world. That's a major fact of life.
I agree. But anyway, so yeah, the story idea I passed by my dad. He said...
He steals it and make a book out of it.
I doubt it. My father can write very well. The problem is that he's one of those perfectionist writers where like, he spent like 3 years just working on one paragraph. And I sat there going, how can you possibly do that?
That's what I'm wondering. I spent like 5 minutes on one. I can't even fucking edit it.
I know. I never take the time to edit it. It's just I fucking plow through, and I'm like, alright, bitch, I'm writing. Sadly, I've had a bit of writer's block over the past couple weeks. Actually, past month or so, since last time I shared something with you. So I haven't actually written for quite a while, which kind of sucks.
It does. And you should be writing, actually. There's this thing I joined recently.
Oh, yeah? What?
Nano. I think I told you about it.
What?
It's called Nano. Remo, I think. It's.
Oh, NaNoWriMo. Yeah, I know about NaNoWriMo.
What do you do it?
I've never actually done it.
Try it. I mean, I'm 6,000 words in my novel. I'll tell you all the novel when it's fucking done. I heard from the story I heard from Triss I was going to release it. No, Triss will know about, but not you people. I have a spare copy. Someone's going to make it better, and I know it. Fuck.
But anyway, so nonetheless, this is 2 points that I want to make tonight. Specifically to you, but I mean, nonetheless, the listeners can also listen to this and see, you know, they can comment their own opinions on it.
Comment, rate, and supply. Not reply, supply.
Comment, rate, supply, favorite, love, like.
Make love.
Ooh, yes, make love. Good for me. So, anyway, what I was thinking of is a story which the whole way that this came up as an idea was I thought of an absolutely brilliant title, which is An Eye for an Eye. And
yes, Gandhi's in it.
No. It's not spelled with, like, the body part I. It's spelled as in the letter I.
Is it about... I want to make a guess. Can I make a guess?
Sure.
It's the only way I'm going to keep myself awake. Is it about multiple personality disorder?
No.
Damn. What would be an awesome title for that, too.
See, this is even better, actually, I found. Because I love multiple personality disorder. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is probably one of my favorite books ever invented.
Couldn't finish. I can't get past the first page. It's just slow for me. I'm sorry,
It's pretty slow, but I mean, if you really get into it...
If I really pushed myself, like, beyond my limits to read, I probably will finish it, but it's the same reason why I couldn't finish The Road. Too fucking slow. It's not... I'm guessing it's a pretty great story, not gonna lie. I don't hate the story, I'm just saying the structure is very slow, and I can't handle slow books.
Well, another thing, there is a reason it's slow. It's written in the same way that Dorian Gray is written, in the sense that you never have the perspective of Jekyll or Hyde. You always have the perspective of people that are interacting with Jekyll or Hyde.
Which makes a better storytelling experience.
In a sense, yes, because you're just hearing about these characters, who are the main characters, rather than being in their perspective. Nonetheless. So, An Eye for an Eye this is the general basis that I have. There is a science fiction novel, or novel, story.
It's a scientific novel? Oh, he's making up the notches. You're thinking about Nano.
I'm not going to say this is a novel. It turns into a novel, it turns into a novel. It might be a novella, it might be a short story. I don't know.
Turns into a script, turns into a script for a movie, then becomes a porno script.
Dude, if it turned into a script for a movie and actually got, like, as a movie, I'd be pretty fucking happy. But I doubt
he just gives up on he just like commits suicide. Why'd you commit suicide? Peter asks you. Oh, I was happy.
I was just so happy. I just thought, you know what, I can die happy today, so I threw myself off and died.
You know, I was standing on the bridge at night, looking down. Pretty fucking good. I thought I could survive. Didn't.
It's not even that you think you can survive. You're just like, well,
I was a worthwhile life.
I'm already really happy. I know the universe is about to screw me over. Might as well just end it on a good note. But anyway, so It's a science fiction story in which there is a police officer on another planet named Finn O'Connor. And he is a police officer which is called a switch. A switch is somebody where they're pretty much like an advanced version of an undercover cop, in the sense that they have psychics which focus into the energy of the human that is in front of them. And what they'll do is they'll switch the bodies of a criminal and a cop. The criminal will generally be like locked down or whatever while the cop...
They remove their faces.
No. It's... They literally just switch bodies. Like, they take the soul out of them and then put them into another body. So they...
I can imagine a gigantic soul extraction machine.
That'd be interesting.
We're gonna extract your soul in this man. Alright, wait. It's like the other ones that get demonic. Your mother sucks rocks in hell.
But, yeah, so generally one of the main themes I want to play with this is, think of this. If you actually had the ability to switch bodies with somebody, like, you have your entire being in someone else's body. So you have different hands, different teeth, different everything.
Wouldn't it feel weird?
That's the thing. One of the main themes I want to play with this is that the cop that's doing this, and has been doing this for a while,
He's in a female body.
Insane. What?
He's in a female body.
That was one thought that crossed my mind, but I actually developed a rule for the cops, which is a female cannot be in a male's body, a male cannot be in a female's body.
Why? Listen. All he has to do just gotta stay away from things bigger than 6 inches. And walk away.
Well, the reason I made up that rule is because it actually makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I'm gonna go serious here for a minute. The reason is because, let's say you were inhabiting a female's body. Mm-hmm. The thing is, if you had to walk around as a female, as this female, like, you have to act like the person is, but you're in their body. So, the problem with this would become that females act a certain way and males act a certain way. So if you had a male in a female's body, they wouldn't know exactly how to act. You know what I mean?
Yes. And this is true. I'm going to cut the joking out for this one bit. Scientifically, now, for those who don't know, I'm the guy who probably will write a story on a scientific theory if I have one, which I probably do. So, this is why I'm a science fiction writer. So, what happens with me and what Trish is talking about is that, for those who don't know, if you're a female, you'll generally act a lot more different than male. Obviously, it's going to be like no shit Sherlock moment, but it's completely true. A female is usually more aggressive than a male towards other people of the same sex, especially.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Like, there are 2 girls I know recently where 2 of them came out. We were all going to go to a bar, and 2 of them came out, and they were wearing the exact same shirt, and they were like, well, fuck, one of us has to change. So, one of them went back into the room.
Moments.
Yeah, one of them went back into the room and changed. And me and the boyfriend of one of the roommates was laughing hysterically because we just sat there going, fuck, if guys are wearing the same shirt, or like you and I are both wearing a plaid shirt or whatever, it's not the same color maybe, but it's still the same, thing. Yeah. We just laugh and be like, sweet bro, let's do this.
Twinsies, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like bros for life, alright.
Girls like, fuck, how am I going to stand out? Well, you have a name.
Yeah.
You have a face, it's completely different from the other person. I'm not going to be looking at the dress, I'm going to be looking at your face. Maybe your tits.
Well,
your ass.
It depends how nice the dress is. Or how short it is.
Fuck, your dress is shorter than mine, I gotta go change.
Oh, yeah, right, it'll end up that they're just wearing like a belt. Anyway, so there's one thing. Generally, the plot line that I have right now is that this cop is going to be inhabiting the body of a criminal who wants to defect from his organization/syndicate. This organization/syndicate has started playing with a drug, and this is a reference to bloodlines. Like a very, very, very subtle one, in which case you'd have to know the story. So you would probably get it.
I'd get it, no one else would get it.
But anyways.
I feel you've shown the story too as well.
Huh?
I assume I'm not the only one that's read read your story.
You're not the only one that's read a little bit of it. Other people know about it.
Yeah. And they're like,
but very few, though. I'm pretty modest with my writing, which is surprising. But
Better.
I find there are only certain people I can talk to about my writing and about my ideas, because a lot of the time they just feel so out there where I'm like, fuck, people are just going to think I'm fucking insane.
Listen, I'm going to let you know this now. I share my writing ideas with a bunch of people. They all think I'm already insane.
Yeah, I think some people think I'm insane. But anyway.
Just need to knife. Why so serious?
So, anyway, this crime syndicate, and this is the reference to Bloodlines, they're trading in an alien drug that they have created and founded, which they call Ascension. Ascension is a drug where you take it and you're pretty much between life and death for X amount of hours. And what happens is...
Similar to DMT?
Huh?
Similar to how dimethyltryptamine works?
Yeah, it's similar to that. Like, you see the afterlife and you know exactly what's coming. So...
that kills the fun out of life, then.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck's more of it? It's like soy sauce in that book, John dies at the end.
I know the book, I just can't remember it.
It's written by David Wong. Written by David Wong.
Written by David Wong.
It's my fucking jaw lock.
That'd be Tornado.
Just has now buck teeth on, everyone.
Christ.
Nonetheless, let's continue this discussion of your story.
So yeah, that is the general. I have a feeling I just echoed very loudly because I think I just heard you from. I think I just heard me from your end.
Yeah, I already warned the people. Once they join this, there's no going back.
Oh, okay. Good.
Our clown rape thoughts are already implanted in their minds.
Don't worry about it. Clown rape is everywhere. Anyway, so
in your dream.
This is all a bad dream, everybody. Just go back to bed. Don't worry. Anyway, so that is one thing. Another thing that I was thinking of, and this is more a question to you, and I don't like exactly to ask you about it over a radio show, but it's a question I want to get out there.
Alright.
Would you like to help me write a story?
Absolutely. I would co-write with you if I could.
Because I have a feeling if you and I were to write a book together, or what have you, I have a feeling, first off, we would both have a lot of motivation for it. And second,
I'm going to clean the
I have no idea. Quit! Cut it off! We don't want copyright slams!
See, I'm trying to, but it's an automated ad, so I can't really do that. But anyway, it's stopped. Yeah, I have a feeling that if you and I were to write a book together, or what have you, we would probably have a lot more motivation.
Exactly, we both try to be getting it done. But I don't know how people co-write. That's the thing.
Co-writing actually really is not that hard, in the sense that I was able to write the first version of Bloodlines with my best friend. And what we did was, we just had, I'll take one character, you take the other character. And then we would just each write, like, a chapter, or, like, I'd write a couple chapters, and he'd write one chapter, and then what have you. Alternatively, if we can't think up a plotline on our own, I'm sure we can think up another entirely different plotline.
I'm one of the 2% of people in the world that's very creative.
Well, yes. What I mean is, if we can't think up a plotline that we both find is good, that we both agree on, you could also help me write one of the novels that I've been putting off.
Now, do you want to talk about this novel on air, or do you want to keep it to yourself?
Well, you already know the plotline of Bloodlines.
Yes, I do.
And I think, in some ways, that I think it would actually be pretty interesting to have a co-writer for that, because
Bloodlines.
The original one was written with a co-op.
And it's his most... I'll just make a comment on it. And it's one... And I agree. I love the story as it is right now. The current edition I read and helped them with. But it's a very great... Just a great book. Like, it's just scary how it's so realistic it is. Like, I make stuff that probably never happened, probably won't happen in fucking Triss's grandkids' lifetime. All 800 of them. I'm just joking with you, but yeah, that's my kind of thing. I make up shit. Like, the most I usually do is make up the weirdest backstories to things. Which is why I never get past any fucking book.
I know the feeling. Well, I have a feeling that you and I could actually, if anything, we can play off one another's weakness.
That is true. Because Trish is a better writer than me.
My biggest weakness, I know for a fact, is just keeping on going.
That's your motivational standard.
Exactly. My motivation is one thing that it's...
fuck.
Really,
That's my motivation. That's my problem, too. We're not going to be able to do it.
if we're both working on it...
That's true. We both work on it.
Then it'll certainly be... it'll certainly be very interesting.
Well, yeah, it can be interesting because it's also two different perspectives. Which is, in my mind, if you ever write a story, you should always have at least someone else's perspective on it. When I'm writing right now, it's a compilation of stories, but I always have someone else's reflection on it. Like, how would you feel if this happened to you, you know? Like how I always get those from character development as well. I always ask someone, what happens if you're in this universe? So I always ask, what if this, what if that?
Mm-hmm.
Just to develop a character from that statement. Like, yeah, obviously I always ask absurd things for shits and giggles, but I was being like serious. Like, would you live in say a spaceship on a prison ship in the Neptar galaxy where there's only one major prison planet and it's governed by like a dictatorship? How would you feel and how would you react in that situation? How would you live your life? Usually it takes a person about an hour to answer, and then I get punched in the face for asking such a complicated question. But then they answer anyway.
I know the feeling. Also, interesting thing, the Romans apparently, well, this is a random thing, everybody, and it's completely off topic of literature, oddly enough. Apparently the Romans had their own version of birth control. It was an herbal birth control. And
It was the stairs.
No, it was called Silphium. Apparently it was so efficient and so popular that it actually became extinct.
So, you want to know why there's no natural birth control? Blame the Romans.
Well,
Alright, blame anyone in the Mediterranean.
Also, did you know that Egyptian queens were buried with ancient versions of dildos?
I did not know that, but I did know they had dildos back then.
I'm not very
Stone dildos. It's pretty fucking disturbing, actually. Our ancestors had stone dildos.
Well, wait a minute. Are you sure it was stone, or what?
Yes, like a literal stone. This is caveman era I'm talking about, man. They literally carved in the stone these phallic things to use as dildos.
That is pretty interesting, actually.
And some are like the weirdest things. It's like you gotta think of it so odd. Like your great ancestor, the first your first female you, I should say, used a dildo. Well, the first, man had the wheel, man had the fire, then they made a dildo. And not in that order.
I have a feeling fellatio was somewhere in there.
They did make blowjobs too. There's actually stone pictures, and I shit you not, there's actually stone pictures of fellatio. Oh.
I have no idea what that was. I apologize.
I wrote my jam. I usually program Adrian to do that.
I want to do that is because I had a very bad feeling that if we continue on into some song and we don't want to,
Copyright slant.
But at the same time, I mean,
Fuck it.
fuck it, right?
No, it's fine. One day, I swear, I'm gonna do this. Me and Trish are gonna talk, and Trish is gonna play in the background a bunch of songs that are copyrighted. We're gonna play all the latest Eminem songs, all the latest.
We will never, ever them.
Alright, we'll play all the Beatles songs.
Is if one of us are actually eating M&Ms.
So if I give you a pound of M&Ms.
Maybe. By the way, interesting thing, I saw the movie of Ender's Game today.
Now, wait, I'm I have been cut myself off from all the new movies coming out. Is this a recent movie?
Well, Ender's Game came out like maybe 2 weeks ago.
All right. So how was it? So I'll wait a year to get that movie too.
Actually, no, it wasn't a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, it was like a couple of days ago. But anyway, so I actually, I actually skipped class to watch it. I also
went dirty.
I also didn't exactly watch all of it, if you get what I'm saying.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Precisely. Anyway, so for all of you that are wondering, I'm not going to go into that.
We're only teasing you.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Don't worry, get back on bed.
Maybe it didn't happen, maybe it did. Who knows?
Maybe Triz is pulling your leg. Maybe I'm pulling your leg. Maybe I paid Triz to say that.
Maybe he did. Actually, speaking of, you owe me money. Seriously, I could use some money.
Wasted all the condoms.
But anyway, yeah, Ender's Game was actually pretty damn good.
How good was it? Was it accurate to the book? Because it is one of your favorite books.
It was accurate to a point. One thing that really annoyed me is, well, you read Ender's Game?
I've sort of read it. It's a bit of it. I gotta get it to Nate.
Okay, well, you should read all of it. But yeah,
I will read all of it.
You remember Peter?
The protagonist, I believe?
No. Peter was Ender's brother. Like his evil megalomaniacal brother.
Ah.
Anyway, they pretty much cut him out of the film entirely. Like, they didn't focus anything on what was going on Earth. It was all focused around Babbitt School.
By the way, this is all spoilers alert, because we can't...
Well, not really.
If you haven't read the book, if you're like me who has not read the book yet...
Okay, well, if you haven't read the book, I suggest read the book. If you have read the book, good for you.
Congratulations, you earned a free cookie.
Yeah, you earn a free cookie. The only thing is you have to comment to get it.
That's a Trish flavored cookie too.
You silly bastards, you. Boy, I sure do love it when my stomach hurts more than my everything.
You know, I wonder if there's an organ called the Everything. And we only have 2 minutes left.
But I don't want to play the Everything.
What will you have, the Everything?
It doesn't feel like we've been doing this for very long.
No, it has not. It feels like we've been doing it for like 5 minutes or so. But to the audience, it's been like an hour, and their ears are bleeding.
Maybe, yeah. We could always do another.
You want to do another one?
Good. It's almost 4 in the morning, but I mean, if we do like a 20-minute episode, we could.
This is what we'll do, because you know.
we could be in bed at a pretty good hour and still give people the entertainment that they want, because we know that they all want us.
They all want us in their bed, but you have to come and get the cookie. It's all Chris flavored cookies. His Raptor has...
See what I mean, man? That's acid reflux, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and honestly, it's been making drinking beer just an absolute bitch.
Well, I have nothing... I can't really comment on that, because I don't know what acid reflux feels like.
See, acid reflux generally doesn't hurt. The problem is when I'm trying to drink beer and it goes down as if I'm trying to swallow a big black cock. And I don't like swallow it as in put it in my mouth. I mean like actually swallow it. But
I want to make a sexual joke, but we only have like 40 seconds left before another long silence.
Alright, well, I think we should close it up now then.
Alright everyone, thank you for listening to this episode. We'll see you in the next episode. Have a good night. Peace.
See you.